Okay, fellas, it's been a few days and the, I don't know, the data coming back is not good. Okay, we've got aluminium there that's getting going, we've got zinc there that seems to be a bit better and faster, and we've got lead there, which I'll set up later. The lead one seems to be attracting, or when it first made it up, seemed to be attracting a lot of flies and stuff like that, but I don't know. Can't tell if there's a little bit of blue look to the water at the moment, don't know, but that may become important. This one over here with the perlite, I don't know if you can see this. The pinking is actually starting to get down there, so I think you're half right, fellas. There are some bubbles there, so we'll have to see. Keep an eye on it. So at least the pinking can actually get down there. That's something. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. But if we look over here for so far, no pinking on the surface. Quite a lot of greening every now and again, and darkening greening on the edge there. Maybe I need to go to spot culling. But yeah, so far. But the plants are growing, especially the one that I didn't divide up. So this one came back, that leaf there seemed to come back. Almost looked like it was going to die off, and it sort of came back. I've had experiences in the past where you almost think the leaf has died off and then it's come back. Amazing. So I think the idea is not to divide them up. And we'll see how we go. I don't know how all these pictures are going to... I reckon the picture's going to be only about that size when it finally comes out. But I don't know if you can see this with the sand. I'm going to have to weigh some of these, I think, because this sand looks like it's changed over the last few months, you know. This sand here looks like it's changed. So I'm going to have to make another equivalent bucket with just fresh sand and compare the weights between the two, because I don't know if the sand has filled up all the interstices, the 10% interstices, with water or other stuff over here. So far, no obvious pinking or anything like that. Even with the sands, I think the silicate, it's either a fantastic storer, so fantastic that it takes a long time to store it up before you get any residual reductive flammable gas being available. In other words, quartzite sand is actually a negative, long-term negative until it gets to like 6 months down the track or something, I don't know. So perlite is better in a way, but as I say, it's only like halfway there. And as it gets to this stage, there are no real improvements until you get to this sort of stage. And this sort of stage, if we can find the sun, until we can get to, until we can get to that sort of stage, you haven't really made much of an improvement. Anyway, I've set up a few more of these down here. I don't know if you can get these in the sun, but yeah, as you can see, let's pull out this one. So this is the poly up the top, nothing down the bottom really at the moment. So compared to now, we have poly up the top and perlite when we get in the sun there. So that looks like a little bit better actually. So now we get to the next one, where we have in the sun. There we go. It's all the perlite, but with poly down the bottom, sort of thing. Okay, but now we got the full perlite, the total whack of perlite. If I can get it in the sun again, where's the bloody sun? I can't find the bloody sun. There we go. So, yeah, this one is actually worse than that one down there. So you know. So there we go, fellas. So at the moment, it's not as good. So on a half scale, it's not as good as the full scale there. Now I set up these other ones over here. I set up a nickel one, so we've got nickel in there, and nickel at the moment seems to be acting a bit like I've added ammonia to it at the moment, so it looks as though, it's sort of acting. There are bubbles there, you can see, but so far it gives the impression like you could replace the nickel if I just filled all that up, the container up with ammonia. Now I try this one with copper, and geez, look at the bubbles. Oh fuck, look at that. I only did this last night. It's amazing, but the copper seems to be attaching itself to the chicken breast. Oh, look at the bubbles on that, fellas. I think we've made... I did say there was something about copper. I keep going back to copper because I said I've had the biggest cyanophilic explosion I've ever had out of copper, and I'm still scratching my head how that happened. Perhaps now we're getting... Oh, look at that. Oh, it's just... maybe the copper somehow activates the polystyrene. We got it all round. We've all got it arse upwards. It's not a direct connection. So it activates the polystyrene, and that can break the water better somehow. But look at can you see that in there? That's just absolutely fantastic in there, fellas. For considering 24 hours, that's just amazing. So are we going to actually get a fantastic pinking of that and then reddening, or is something else going to happen? But gee, I'm going to keep my... now I'm going to set up a very dilute chromium one as well, so let's see how we go. Compare the nickel to the chromium sort of thing. So, because as I said, copper has negative effects, but when you add nickel to copper, it seems to alleviate the negative effects of the copper. So, but the nickel doesn't have the power to be able to take the ammonia away from the copper, or attack it when it's stuck to the copper. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on these things, but I don't know. The sun was better on these things about 10 minutes ago, but it's always the way, isn't it? Anyway, that's my little update. What is it, 9-minute update? It's going to be 9 minutes. But so far you may not have done your dough on the perlite, but I think you can do better. I think that's basically what it's saying. So, and this other thing, this is the other thing I want to say. I put this one in the water. The water went cloudy from 24 to 48 hours. So not on the first day, on the second day. The water went cloudy. So I don't know if we can show that down here. The cloudiness of the water. I don't know, can you see that? I think I got it on spot colour. But but still no obvious pinking or anything on the top. So so far, fellas, again, it's one step forward, 2 steps back, or 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So I think I'm probably going to have to make up another pot and do something like polystyrene and perlite and charcoal. So maybe I'm getting the idea we may even end up doing polystyrene, charcoal and meat, and having absolutely no silicate there whatsoever, and seeing how that goes. In other words, the charcoal preserves the meat, turns it into a type of peat in quotes, and the polystyrene just is the generator. And so we've taken out any storer, and polyurethane foam could be a maintainer rather than a really good storer. So we got generator, maintainer, storer sort of thing, preserver. So we got